No,
Are we live?
it's already
Oh,
live.
yeah. Episode 40.
You sound like those midgets in Borderlands. What the hell?
I was too hyped for our very new intro. I was dancing and raving along with the intro there. Yes, so yeah, episode 40. Today we are joined back with our normal I guess people. We have Albert, we have me, we have Ariq, and then we have the long waited boy, Teguh. I don't know. Long waited boy.
Long awaited.
boy.
Long awaited.
Yeah, I mean like you haven't been. I don't think you've been in the last 2 episodes, is it? I don't know.
He was in the second to last episode. Not in the last one.
Yeah. So yeah, Teguh was not with us the other day. He died. But he's back.
But I'm back again, boy.
But he's back
died.
now, so yeah. Yay, welcome back, Teguh.
He got isekai'd and he got risekai'd.
So
He came
yeah,
back.
this is episode 40. That is why we have that new intro to celebrate 40.
I just realized
Which is I
fitting.
don't know. It's weird. Why are we celebrating on the 40th episode?
We're not celebrating it. We're just having
We're not celebrating. We're just saying you're celebrating.
Oh, am I just not celebrating?
We've always had the intro on audio. We just haven't had it on video, and I found a way to
Oh,
put
is
it on
that
video
so?
now. So that's why.
Oh yeah.
False alarm. There is no.
I remember.
You never listened to the audio,
God.
have you?
No,
Wait,
no.
wait,
Here's
hang
the
on.
thing, Albert. Here's the thing, Albert. I usually skip the intro
I
because
can't.
I know what. I just go to the fun parts that we
Sure.
talked about. Yes. So yeah. Yeah. Episode 40. We're going to talk about some news and nonsense. News and nonsense.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Albert, I guess you can steal it away from me.
All right, I'm gonna take that steal. I'm gonna run away with it. So yes, as
Take that
Kelvin
steal.
said, we are all back together. Me, of course, Albert Wiradharma. We got Teguh, the guy who likes sheeps.
Ooh.
We got Ariq, the guy who sometimes is blue, sometimes isn't. And Kelvin, Kelvin, the guy that have a gap on his chest.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Wait, I'm gonna send this link to my friend. Hang on.
Smith.
All right. But yeah, as
Then-
he said, we'll be covering a lot of news and nonsense. We'll start with a bunch of nonsense. So if you guys are sticking around or listening for the news part, you can just jump ahead, I guess. But I'm pretty sure you don't want to miss out on this nonsense part. I don't even know what we're gonna talk about. But for the news part, we'll be covering a lot of stuff, including this week's movies, next week's movies, last week's movies. We've been trying to avoid this. Martin Scorsese's comment. Martin Scorsese. I think it's Scorsese.
Martin Scorch.
I never
Yes,
know how to
yes.
pronounce his name. I'm gonna say Scorsese.
Martin
His comments on Marvel, which he's been saying a lot of stuff recently, and we've been avoiding that. But he said another stuff again, so I feel like we have to discuss it at least because I actually want to hear their takes on this because I know what my own takes. We're gonna be talking about Batman casting, Avengers Endgame, Oscar push, and of course the controversial James Dean being back in cinema. So that will be all that and later. But first, I just want to hear from you guys. Hi, Teguh. What's up?
How's the sheep?
How's
Great.
how's
Teguh has
Japan?
nothing to say.
Kelvin, Teguh, how's Japan?
How's Japan?
Is it still summer-ish weather or is it already
No, it's like
Dude,
It's cold.
it's like
No.
11 degrees right now.
cold. It's like
Huh.
8 right now.
You're lucky. It's negative for me. Already.
God damn it! Why is it still hot outside and me? I only have one climate.
This is
Screw
like
you
a cold
guys.
gang group.
Cold gang.
Because I live in
Cold
the equator. Screw you.
Actually, you live slightly south of it.
Fuck your mom. Shut up. Don't give a
We
shit.
just got
I don't
demonetized.
care. We were never
And
monetized.
you're just 5 minutes into the show.
You know, I've been wondering, Teguh, is there actually sheeps in Japan, or they don't exist?
That's
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it just
That's a
popped in
good
my head.
question. I never thought of that. Well, let me Google that.
Okay. I'm gonna say yes because the kanji for it exists.
Wait, if a word for it exists doesn't mean that it exists in there.
No, yes, it does.
It's like there is the kangaroo is an English word doesn't mean that
No, no,
There
no,
is
here's
no
the thing,
there
here's
is
the
no snow. There is no snow in Indonesia, but we have the word for it. Salju. What the hell?
No.
Explain
The
that.
way Japanese
Explain
works,
that
Kelvin
shit.
knows what I mean.
I
Kelvin knows what I
understand
mean.
what Teguh means.
Because the way
Yes.
Japanese works is, if the animal has it, if a something has its own kanji and has its own pronunciation that's different from the English pronunciation, it
Yes.
means that thing has existed in Japan. Which is why a sheep is called hitsuji and not sheep.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Okay.
lion. There's no lion in Japan, so lion
That's
is
called rayon.
rayon. Yeah, lion.
Wait. So not even like a lion in a zoo. They don't.
No.
count
We call
that?
it we call it a rayon.
Yeah.
Oh. It have to
No,
be native.
like
It have to be
kangaroo
native
is
to
a
mean like the
Japan.
one that's naturally
Is
in
that actual
Japan,
pronunciation
there's
or
a
is that
name
casual
for it. There's
racism?
a kanji for it. But if it's like something from outside,
Rayon.
it's
Rayon.
usually the katakana version, like lion.
Rayon Higa.
Yeah.
Like that.
Maybe.
Teguh, you know what? Here, I'll throw
Yeah, I'm
some
gonna
facts
Google
at
it.
you.
By
This
the
is
way,
from 2014.
By the way, if you guys
there
ever
are
want to
about-
share screen something, just share screen it. I'll put.
I'm just going to say it. There are
Okay.
about 20,000 sheep farms in Japan.
Ah, okay, there we go. So there are sheep in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
Oh, Japanese sheep history on Wikipedia. Okay.
There's a sheep history.
Why are we getting off track? This is about movies.
Literally. I'm on
God,
Wikipedia
yes!
for sheep.
Yeah, dude, check the live chat. Check the live
it
chat.
actually
Somebody
says
just made a good point.
Japanese sheep history.
Somebody just made a good point.
Hold
Shut
on,
up.
It's not coming
Go-
up. It's not coming up on the StreamYard.
Go to the live chat. Somebody said. Why are we
What did
talking about sheep?
Oh,
Dude, this is the nonsense part. Of
Frat
course
love
they're talking
movies.
about
This is the
sheep.
nonsense section. This is the nonsense section.
Teguh, farming of sheep started in the Meiji era. Since
Wait, what?
1868,
That
sheep
late?
existed in Japan.
no, what is Meiji era?
Is the era.
1800s.
No, obviously it's an era, you moron.
What's the Meiji? It's an era.
No. Okay, Kelvin. The
What?
first sheep to be introduced to Japan came like 7,000 to 6,000 years ago.
Okay. No, then what?
No. Oh no, that's when the first sheep were tamed from wild sheep. So
Okay.
Japan has had sheep for quite a while.
Yeah, but they only start farming sheep from the 1868 when westernization began. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Some sheep history for today.
Yep. We're talking about
Ah.
Yeah.
No, Kelvin. It seems they only started farming sheep for the wool in the 1800s.
Wait.
Before that, it's for the meat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. Will you eat sheep's meat, Teguh?
Of course, it's fucking delicious.
Really? I thought you wouldn't
did I-
eat it, because I thought
Oh,
you'd be
you know
like, oh no, it's too cute. I'm not gonna eat it.
I'm
That's
gonna
how
leave
I-
until you guys start talking about real stuff.
That's how I am with rabbit.
Wait,
That's why I never
wait,
eat rabbit.
hold on. Ariq actually left. Hold on. What is veal? Veal is sheep, is it? Is
Nope.
veal sheep or is
No.
cow? Is it?
Deer.
Is no, that's venison.
Yeah, isn't venison horse? Meat?
No,
Venison is not horse. Venison is a deer.
Oh, really? Is it no? Yeah,
Anyway,
elk, deer, or antelope is venison.
Yeah. No, anyway, a veal. I
Oh,
think
veal.
it's like a cow, a baby cow. Or
Oh, yeah, it's a
something.
type of cow. Never mind. It's a type of cow. Yeah.
But just since
Oh,
we're
really?
talking about meats and cows, I believe I told Ariq and Kelvin. I haven't told Teguh, but yeah, I went to Chicago like a couple months ago, and my friend brought me to this very fancy Italian restaurant,
Oh, you
and
told me this.
he said that the meal was fantastic, and I was like, okay, sure, let's go for it. Let's enjoy this. And then like I was looking at the menu, it looks intriguing. I don't know what to get. By the way, I just realized that I'm saying this on air, and my dad probably listens to this, and he's gonna realize why I spend that much money. But here you go. So, one of the things is that I was looking at the menu, saying, okay, maybe I should get the spaghetti. It looks good. My friend's getting that, and the waiter come right, and they like usual they say the specials, and and one of the things that they said was veal Milanese. And as soon as the waiter says it, it's like my brain just froze, and I had like the whole because I over the summer I was watching MasterChef season 1, and one of the best looking meals was the veal Milanese. And so when the waiter says that, like like sometimes you play flashbacks in your head or like play clips in your head, it was literally clips of MasterChef in my head. I'm like, oh wow, I need to get that. So I directly said I'll take the veal Milanese without even considering about the price. I didn't even thought of it. So I was eating the food. It was good. It was humongous. And then when I get the check, guess how much it is?
20.
50.
What?
That is the most expensive meal I've ever had in my life that I paid on my own. Oh my god,
$50.
$50 for one meal. Woo! I was like, well, next time I guess I have to ask for the price first before I get.
It's okay. Come to Japan and try Kobe beef.
I mean, you were recommended that dish, right?
What?
Like
you know what's the
you
most
were
I've ever spent
recommended.
on one meal?
Yeah, it was on a special.
Yeah, exactly. They'll
What
give
was
you
it
the most
again?
I
expensive
think
thing.
most things on the specials are expensive, bro.
Probably. Teguh, what
Most
do you think?
expensive thing I had was Kobe beef. It was 15,600 yen.
Isn't that like around like five?
How
It's like
many
How
five
big?
bread,
That is
isn't it?
about $140 to $150.
Wait, how big is it? How big?
300 grams?
Oh, that's big.
200
That's
200 to 300 grams, I forgot.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, oh,
It was really good, but it was like $140.
What is this?
by the way,
Oh, yeah.
Wait. I have to share screen this.
Oh!
Oh!
I'm just holding this up. I wasn't showing it
my
off.
Nintendo Switch is outside. Anyway,
I was just holding this up.
PS4 gang, Teguh!
Oh,
Well, Kelvin, look, my one's actually wireless. Yeah,
I met you guys.
advanced as shit.
You guys forced me to do
Oh,
this.
wireless now!
Oh, wireless!
Whoa, wireless!
Oh, but your one doesn't turn on, Kelvin.
I could.
It doesn't have a wire.
See, Councilmen mukbang! I've been saying that this whole time!
That's a separate video, Councilmen Mukbang.
We are college
Wait,
students. We don't have money for food. What are you talking about? Fred, what's wrong with
Okay,
you?
okay, I have a question. If we were to do a mukbang, what food do you think we should do?
I have a more important question before that. What's
What?
a mukbang?
What?
It's
wait.
when everyone. Somebody explain it. I'm the lazy
No,
to
here.
explain.
Teguh. Mukbang is when, for example, if we are doing mukbang, so 4 of us are eating a lot of food while streaming it, so other people watch us eat.
Yeah, it's literally
So
people watch us eat.
Yeah. So other people don't get lonely when they're eating alone. You know, I guess.
Is mukbang a Korean word?
Yeah, it's a Korean
It
word.
sounds like
It's
it.
not in Korean. I
It's a
believe
Korean thing.
I believe one of our friends from high school who now have a very successful YouTube channel ever did a mukbang once.
She's
In
not-
one in their
So
channel.
then it's not mukbang, it's mukbang.
Wait.
Mukbang.
Oh, is it?
Smoke.
Yeah. Wait.
Smoke, yeah. This is
Wait.
Share your
Share
screen.
share my screen.
What is that a dog?
It's a sheepdog.
What kind of hideous hybrid is that?
No, it's a
disgusting.
62
I just
dogs that have the makeover of their lives.
I just
Oh wow.
I just want to kick it.
You want to kick it?
I just want to.
Look how
Hey,
much of a
Ariq,
ball
Ariq.
that is.
It looks so
Yeah, that's it.
circular. I just want to kick it.
Yeah, but yeah.
Kick the
Talking,
sheep.
talking about ridiculous things. I had my class sign up this week, and when I was looking through the list of class I need to take for humanities electives, and guess what? What is one of the class that my university suggested? There is one class
What?
called the role of horses in human history, culture, and society.
Dude,
That sounds very important.
dude, I want.
What am I
yeah,
supposed
dude,
to learn?
dude, if I were you, I would take that class instantly. I want to know what horses do, man.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
what have they
Like,
contribute to humanity, man?
Yeah, like outside of carrying people and like eating the grass, pooping.
Yeah, they've
I
been
want to
through
know what
they've
else they
been
do.
through like human history for how long, dude? Like since
Yeah,
the
That
time
is
of the Egypt.
that's why
Like-
there will be too many horses, man.
Like, do horses do horses like bite down on like a frying pan just like in Tangled and then fight people? I want to know if that's actually true.
I don't, Kelvin. I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't think that's true.
Hey.
Wait, you don't know that. You didn't take the class. You didn't take the class. How would you know?
So
Well, yeah, I don't
Maybe.
know, but something that I know and that is true. Apparently, that this used to be a sport. Did you know there is a sport called horse diving?
No.
I'm not
I would
kidding.
love to see that.
It's literally. I just found this out because it's messed up.
What?
I was like, because I was you know how I have the
Did
movie
they
trivia club
jump
in
into the
Purdue?
pool?
To water.
It's a
So you know
lake.
how I had the movie trivia club here in Purdue, and one of the questions is like, name this movie, name this 1980s movie that stars this actor and it revolves around the sport of horse diving. And I'm like, wait, hold on, can you say that again? Horse diving? I'm like, and the host like, yeah, I had to make sure I was reading it right. It's horse diving. And then like after they revealed the answer, which I don't remember, and then I asked, what is horse diving? And then the host is like, so according to Wikipedia, horse diving is an extreme sport in which the person rides the horse and they jump off a cliff. I'm like, wait, what? Into water. Oh, thank God.
Into water.
Jump off a cliff just for fun.
Into water.
The into
Remember
water
the
changed a
into
lot
water.
of things. But yeah, that was a crazy. I can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a
I
sport.
believe it's not a thing anymore.
I mean, when I play Assassin's Creed Origins, that's what I do a lot of times. Too often, actually.
Oh.
Most of it by accident. Just like that.
Look,
I mean, that's me on Witcher whenever Roach doesn't want to move forward. I just start spamming jump.
What sports is
Why
that?
is it not working? What in Cyberpunk? Do you have to do
Dude.
car diving?
in Japan, they have this thing, the Onbashira Matsuri
Oh,
log
that.
riding competition.
Dude, the log riding thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
I
seen
want to
this on
see that
TV before.
once.
Nice.
They just take a whole giant log and they sit on it and go down the hill.
The thing is, it's very dangerous because the log isn't strapped down in any way, so you can't
Yep.
actually roll over
You
it.
can roll. Yeah. Dude, let's do this, Teguh.
No, thank you.
If you do,
I'm not
film it.
about to break my leg a second time.
Yeah, Kelvin,
Teguh, your
Minus
leg
one.
is already enhanced with metal.
Good
You
Lord, I
break
hear me.
the tree.
dude, does that mean I can finally put a caption? Two young men riding hardwood.
Wow.
Two young Indian men riding
Demonetized.
riding
Demonetized.
large hardwood. Ah.
Oh my God.
Two young men riding hardwood.
Kelvin
Kelvin's gonna go down. Kelvin's gonna go down on the wood. Kimochi.
This nonsense segment is going quite okay. This nonsense segment is going in an interesting path, but in order to make sure it doesn't go way more non-nonsense, let's just sort of round it up with some movie stuff that we watched recently. Have you guys seen any movies from 2019 that you've seen recently? Any new releases?
Nope.
No. I was
Not
going to-
even on
my
streaming?
My parents wanted me to come and watch Terminator with them, but I refused. I don't know.
I would understand why.
Yeah,
I
let's
was just tired. I was just tired, really.
Oh.
It's not because I think the movie is bad.
But yeah, let's.
I was just tired.
Since Ariq brought it up, let's just talk about it real quick. Since Terminator Dark Fate is released last week, and it apparently bombs in the box office. At least last weekend, it didn't make back its budget. So I feel like, at least for me, I don't know about how you guys felt. I am not interested in another Terminator film.
I
Yeah, no.
only
I
watched the
haven't been.
first and second.
Thing is, I like Terminator, but I was never really that into it. So
Yeah,
like,
me
Yeah,
too.
right. Like I love the second one. It was one of the best action films of all time. The first one is so good as well. And of course, I've never seen Terminator 3 and Salvation, but I did see Terminator Genisys. But yeah, this one, even though I know the director is good, director of Deadpool and everything, and people say it's a pretty good film, but for some reason I couldn't be more interested to watch it. You know?
Dude, I mean, I don't know. It's just Terminator. It's cool and all while he was young, but
When he was young.
I
mean,
don't
they-
know, man.
I mean, okay, the Ghost Rider dude is in the film, you know, Diego Luna. Wait, is that?
Oh,
that's
you
not
mean
right.
the Clark Ghost Rider.
Gabriel Luna. Diego Luna is Star Wars. Right?
Yeah, I
Gabriel
don't know. I
Luna.
don't watch that Ghost Rider.
But yeah, I guess it proves some people think like this is why I like our show, because three of you guys
Bias.
are three of you guys are sort of I am sort of most among the four of us. I'm the most in the movie space, so like I know what's going on. But three of you guys are sort of like a bit in the movie space and not really. So we have like sort of the general audience perspective for the most part, you know.
I guess.
Yeah.
So like when people's like saying, when lots of experts are like saying, oh, there's lots of interest in this franchise and they will like make lots of money.
No.
They're thinking from the like the expert standpoints, and they don't necessarily think an audience will be that interested, you know.
I mean, like when I first they're making Dark Fate, I thought it was a joke at first. Until I realized it was until I realized the first trailer, I was like, what? They're actually going through with it. It's
Yeah.
they're actually going
so
through
bad,
it.
man.
Kelvin, they go out of their way to promote it in Gears of War 5 for Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's why they have the skins in the game, at least.
I thought they're just kind of like playing homage to it or something.
No, it's not a homage. It's a promotion.
Oh, it's a marketing
Thing-
thing, huh? I see.
Yeah, it's marketing.
I think honestly, I'll probably wait for it to be on streaming or like on digital
wouldn't-
or something. Then I'll probably
I don't
get
watch
that. I don't want to waste my, because the reviews are mixed. I don't want to waste my money for that, especially since November we are packed with so many good films.
Oh, are we?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, last week at least Terminator. This week we got, which I want to talk about, Last Christmas and Doctor Sleep, which I
Not
haven't
Christmas
seen.
yet.
I know. I'll get to that.
He said,
Last Christmas and Doctor Sleep is coming out this week, as well as Midway, which I know Teguh want to talk about it real quick, even though I haven't seen it.
What?
Midway.
Midway?
Yep, it's a war film.
Midway.
Next week we have Ford versus Ferrari, which I want to discuss as well, and Charlie's Angels. And then the week after we got Frozen 2 and a Good Day in the Neighborhood. And then I forget what happens next, the next week after. But every week we got something new in November. So yeah.
Nice. Well,
But before we get to that, I want to talk about some movies that I have seen from 2019 that are new releases that are, well, it was new release. It's still new release, but I saw it on streaming. I just want to review it real quick. Have any of you guys seen Parasite?
no.
do you mean the anime? Yeah, I do.
No, the Korean film.
The anime is really good though.
No, the Korean
Right,
film.
Teguh?
The
Right,
Korean.
Korean film. Stop talking about the anime. Fucking leave.
The
Have
anime
any of you
has that
seen-
hand parasite thing with the eye.
Have any of you guys seen Parasite?
No.
You mean the anime,
Have you
right? Yeah, of course.
God damn it, Kelvin. Dude, Parasite, I highly recommend you watching this film. This is my favorite film of the year. It's incredible. People's been saying, lots of people who have seen it loved it for the most part. I thought this film, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's about like, it have a lot of message about class and everything. And I thought
about parasite.
it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor.
okay.
Oh.
But it's really brilliant. And I'm not gonna, I don't know how to not to review this without spoiling it, but it's just a really
Don't.
well written film, and it have lots of tone shift, but it does it in a really good way, and
No,
which is
I
why it's so,
thought-
it's so
Does it-
successful.
I thought
It
I
does
thought
it
Parasite is about like
English.
zombie stuff.
About
That's what I
what?
thought. Zombie stuff. You know,
Mm,
the title,
no,
Parasite.
no.
It's like, I guess kind of zombie stuff. That's why I don't
Yeah.
want. I
Oh
was
no,
not
it's not.
interested.
Zombie movie
But-
of the year is Zombieland. What do you mean? It's not Parasite.
But yeah, another film that I saw was Peanut Butter Falcon. Have anyone seen that?
No.
No,
What?
I haven't heard of it.
It's a
Peanut
it's an
butter
heard that.
jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut
This
butter
one?
jelly.
Wait,
Peanut
what is
butter
that?
jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Baseball bat.
When is that
So-
movie released?
Peanut Butter Falcon is it's an indie film, but it's very charming because it stars a guy with, I forgot his name. Damn it! I'm gonna Google it. He actually have Down syndrome, and he want to be an actor. So basically, the backstory is the writer who wrote this film worked with the Down syndrome dude, and they write the film around him. Zach Gottstagen, that's the guy who have Down syndrome, and he actually stars in this film with Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson from you
Oh.
might know her from the 50 Shades franchise or Bad Times at El Royale. But I thought the film was really, really good. It's very heartwarming. And another film that I thought was heartwarming but did not do as well was Yesterday, which is the Beatles film. Teguh, did you end up checking it out?
I haven't watched it. I really want to, but I haven't had the time to watch it. But I will in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I recommend if you're a Beatles fan, I want to know how you think of it. But I thought the film was sweet, and Lily James, of course, is great. And yeah, Fred Love Movies says Parasite is the best film of the year. I highly agree with that. And The Farewell is also out earlier this year. Aquafina, man, she's gonna. I feel like she's gonna get nominated for an Oscar for this one. Her performance is good. I had to use subtitles, but I'm pretty sure Kelvin and how fluent are your Chinese?
I'm okay with Chinese. I can listen.
Not at
well.
all. I can tell Chinese people I don't speak Chinese in perfect Chinese.
I can understand listening well. I cannot reply that well. I guess, yeah.
But yeah, The Farewell. It's literally about. It's about.
Isn't Aquafina a water bottle brand?
Yeah. But she's also an actress and a rapper.
Horrible.
That is a name of a water bottle brand.
Oh, Aquafina. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she. You might seen her in Ocean's 8 or the
no.
Crazy Rich Asians.
No.
She's in there.
Oh,
haven't seen
Jumanji?
Crazy
No,
Rich
I haven't
Asians?
watched the next level.
She's in a new. That's not even out yet, you moron. Jumanji
Oh,
next
yeah, but
level.
Oh, Crazy Rich Asians. Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah,
I
Aquafina is the awkward friend, the funny friend. But yeah, she stars in The Farewell, which is about saying goodbye to her grandma. Literally, I'm not spoiling anything because that's the premise of
She's
it.
also a water bottle. I see. That's cool.
She is also a water bottle,
They're spelled differently.
and the film is primarily
Aquafina.
the film is primarily in Mandarin with English here and there, and I thought it was really well done. I teared up watching that. So yeah, I highly recommend The Farewell and Parasite out of those two. Peanut Butter Falcon as well. And if you like Beatles, go watch
So the
Yesterday.
best movies of this year are not from Hollywood.
Yeah, that's surprising
okay.
coming from Albert.
The Farewell,
you know?
The Farewell,
Yeah.
the Farewell is an American film technically, but it's
It's like
mainly in Mandarin.
Joker and Endgame is like screw that bullshit.
Yeah, I know Kelvin loves
Fair.
Joker. I'm not the biggest fan of Joker.
I haven't watched Joker.
Endgame is
and
still my
it's-
second favorite film of the year. My top three right now is Parasite, Endgame, and The Farewell, I think.
I think the best movies I've watched this year is Wuthering With You and Endgame. Because I haven't watched Joker. I haven't
Wuthering With
watched
You I
Parasite.
haven't seen yet.
I haven't watched.
So, Teguh, what happened in Wuthering With You?
He's weathering himself.
No,
The good start
the
starring a
stones,
new
the
movie.
weather.
Shepherding with you.
Shepherding with you.
Shepherding with you.
It's like Free Willy, but with the shepherd dog.
Yeah, no, with sheeps. It's like sheeps, like with sheeps.
Don't spoil this for me. I'm confused.
No, Albert, this is not what Wuthering With You is about.
That's why do not mislead me. What if I expect this? You know.
Albert's gonna watch like, where's the sheeps? Where are the sheep?
Where's the sheep?
They
Where's the
lied to
shepherd dog?
me. They lied to me.
All of the film that's released this week, Last Christmas and Doctor Sleep. Are you guys interested in watching any of them?
Not
Doctor
really,
Sleep,
to be honest.
First, I have to
yes,
figure out what
but
they're
it's
about.
expensive, so no.
Has
Fred
anyone
Love
seen
Movie
Last
said in the
Christmas?
chat, have anyone seen Last Christmas? I actually did, and that's what I want to say.
I did
yeah.
go to Last Christmas.
Maybe I should watch Last Christmas on
I wanna-
Christmas. I don't know.
I wanna.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
probably not gonna watch it either.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch Doctor Sleep later today. But Last Christmas, I watched it last night, and I thought it was sweet. The general consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is very negative. I don't agree necessarily with that. I thought it was a sweet, very very sweet movie.
Is it the critics or the view of the normal viewers that give it negative?
Both.
Oh,
Because a lot of my friends too. They thought it was just mediocre.
I know why.
I thought it was slightly better than mediocre.
It's
Why?
not Christmas yet.
That might be it. A lot of people say it's more screenwriting.
That's a strong argument. It's not Christmas. That's why it's bad.
I'm not gonna cover Doctor Sleep too much.
I would,
because
I would give it bad score just because it's not Christmas yet. I would be like,
Let me
Last
explain.
Christmas?
As soon as it
November.
reaches Christmas,
It's already
the scores
November.
go up.
Let me explain the premise. And I'm pretty sure they don't release it on Christmas because they're afraid of Star Wars and Jumanji. That's why they're probably not releasing it then.
Oh yeah, Jumanji is also coming out.
They're
I don't
scared
know. I
of a
don't
very
think that
unfunny
was Jumanji.
movie and a screwed up movie.
And yeah, I'm not gonna cover Doctor Sleep because I'm gonna watch it later today. I'm probably gonna cover it next week. But Last Christmas is basically, you guys know the George Michael song Last Christmas?
No.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart and the very
Oh, that
Oh,
one,
that, yeah, I know.
Yeah. I don't know the
So-
title. I know the.
So
So
basically the
that's the
writer
title.
the writer Emma Thompson got inspired by that and literally wrote a movie revolving that. And
So she gave-
it become a rom-com. It become a rom-com that revolves
It's a rom-com.
It's a rom-com that
Yeah.
revolves around that story, including, and they have music from George Michael. And you know how Mamma Mia is literally based on the song Mamma Mia, and they had
So I haven't watched
they had
Mamma
songs from ABBA. This is like that.
Oh,
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
use songs from George Michael. So we got freedom.
As soon as,
Is she-
as soon as something romantic is involved, the goose like, yeah, I'm single. That's not my
Oh no,
thing.
no, I don't know. Usually, I don't know. Whenever I watch rom-com, it's usually mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. Rom is fine. Com is fine. Rom-com is.
I love
Mm,
I'll
it'll
be
be,
honest.
there are
I'll
there are some
say-
good ones.
Yeah, wait, I'll
Princess
be honest. I
Bride.
might give it. I
Princess
might give it a
Bride.
try.
Yeah,
I might give it a try because, like-
Princess Bride.
Because like back then, I don't really like musicals that much. Like so, when my
No.
parents, I mean, like when my sister
I like
told me to
musicals.
watch Greatest Showman, I was like, I was banget. I'm too lazy to. And then turns out I really like the movie. Who knows? Maybe
no, it's
y'all
no,
like this
no,
rom-com.
It's not that I haven't watched a lot of rom-com. I've watched a bunch of rom-com, and I watched the top rated one, and it's like all of them is like, all right, I guess that's good. You know,
I mean, you've seen Princess Bride, don't you like it?
yeah, because it's funny. Only
That
the
is
funny
a-
part,
that's a
not
rom-com.
the rom part.
Okay, how about when Harry
And,
met
and
Sally? When Harry met
funny in
Have
it's
you
funny
met
in
when
the,
Harry met
in the,
Sally?
not in the what?
Have you met?
I haven't watched that. I
Have you
haven't watched
seen when
that.
Harry met Sally?
Yeah, I watched that,
I
and
Watch,
to me it's
watch that
it's
and
just,
get back to me. It's so good.
I watched that. I'm like, all right.
500 Days of Summer. Wait,
I watched that.
That's not a com.
It's
Never mind.
like,
That's not a
what
com.
is-
That's not
It's
a
like,
com.
That's not a
That's
com at
not a
all.
com.
That's not a com at all. It's too real.
That's not a com. Not a com. Don't com.
Yeah. But yeah, Ariq, if you wanna, you might probably just watch Last Christmas just for the cast alone because Emilia Clarke is the sweetest thing in the world in this film. She's so charming.
Why did she? Did she forgot about the shit
I've
again?
seen the trailer. For
Now
Last
you
Christmas.
realize it's Henry
I've seen
Golding
the
who plays
trailer.
these Asians and Emilia
Yeah.
Clarke.
And I was not interested in a single bit.
What?
What was that hype for then? So
Emilia Clarke.
stupid.
I'll say this though. I'll say this. I have a personal bias for both Last Christmas and Yesterday because it showcased two Asian leads that is dating a white lead. So, you know,
Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Because
I'm Asian.
Albert has an Asian girlfriend, that's why.
I do not.
Oh, you're
I do
the
not-
Asian one.
I do not
Wait,
have a
you're the
girlfriend.
Asian one. I forgot. You're not the white one. I get it mixed up. Sorry. Albert Dance is so white,
It's
man.
inspirational for interracial relationships. I don't know why I just said that.
Albert, Albert wants an interracial relationship.
I've never said that.
What?
By the way, Fred Love Movie said, what rom-com would you want to see that involves a musician's song and who would you? Okay, so like Like how I said, how Mamma Mia is like based on ABBA's music,
I know.
and they have like it revolves around that song, and and this one revolves around George Michael. So if you could pitch a rom-com, pitch the 2 stars and which musician's song do you want to see it revolves on?
Jesus,
there's
sorry,
one-
that's a lot.
I want the
involved.
I want the Rick Roll song to have a movie.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let
Never
you
let you
down.
Who's the singer of that?
That's perfect.
Rick Astley.
Look, Ashley.
Rick
Actually,
Rick
yeah,
Astley?
Rick
So
Astley.
you want a rom-com with Rick Astley's music?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never gonna give you
Yeah,
up.
I
Never
mean,
gonna
I don't know.
let you
It can be
down.
titled "Never Gonna Give You Up." I don't know why. It fits
Yeah,
for a
it's
Never
romantic
gonna give
thing.
you up. It's
Who
a good
you gonna
title.
who you gonna put in the lead? Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah.
Calvin just
why
wants
not?
her.
I can actually see that happening. Aubrey Plaza with someone else though.
Aubrey
Yeah,
Plaza
yeah.
with like who looks like
Like,
Rick
no.
Astley. I don't know why I want someone that looks like Rick Astley.
Dave Franco. No, I don't think so.
Nah. Dave Franco is too goofy.
Or isn't Rick Astley goofy?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Well, there you go then.
Well, there you go.
I'm not good with the cast, but yeah, I want a Rick. But I
I
feel like
bet Kelvin is like. I was thinking more of Jonah Hill.
Oh my!
I was thinking more of Joaquin Phoenix.
Whoa! Wait, okay, Joaquin and Aubrey Plaza in a Rick Astley rom-com.
In a
Yes.
I'm watching that.
that, dude, you're just slaughtering Endgame with the best crossover ever.
Dude. No, dude.
What
let me
he's
tell
gonna
you,
do-
if
Dude,
you're never gonna
Joaquin
give
is
you
gonna
up,
do the Joker dance to that song.
He's going down the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm never gonna give you up.
Oh, never gonna let you down.
I'm looking at my Spotify artists, and I'm trying to think which artist I want to see.
Look, here. Listen to me. You know, if Never
Yeah.
Gonna Give You Up
Okay,
becomes
yeah.
a movie, the song, the lyrics, there's a story to this. You know, you're no strangers to love. Clemency's not strange to love. You know the rules, and so do I. So, like, they know the outline of how to date. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
The outline on how to date.
as
I
much
don't
as
know
I
how to
would
say.
love a Queen's musical, we already seen that sort of in Bohemian Rhapsody, so I don't necessarily see
Yeah.
that anytime soon. Honestly, Maroon 5 have a pretty good soundtrack that you can put over like a rom-com kind of thing.
Dude,
I
Never
know,
Gonna
but
Give
it's
You
only the
Up.
lead singer that gets all the attention. Everyone else is like, screw them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the same case for most of the bands anyway.
Actually, yeah, true.
Well,
Like Panic at the Disco,
not-
nobody really cares about
not
everyone else
Beatles.
except Brandon Urie.
Not Beatles. Almost everyone knows the entire members
Yeah,
of the
that's-
Beatles.
That's true.
No, what I would say, modern bands now. You mostly know the lead singer only.
For bands,
know?
yeah.
I don't know, Calvin. You listen to K-pop. They have like at least 50 girls in there.
I said bands, not K-pops.
Doesn't
Those-
matter. It's girl bands. Counts.
No,
Yes.
Avik, it's two different
Yes,
things.
it does. Yes, it does. It's still band. There's the term band, and it is the same.
Okay, you know what?
No.
Give
They're all
me,
the same. They all look the same as well.
Avik, are you a fucking idiot or something? No, it's two different things.
Yes, of
Hey,
course
hey,
I'm a
hey.
fucking idiot. You just know who I am now.
Let's keep this
Give me-
somewhat
God damn, you
civilized.
No,
fucking
no,
monkey.
this is movie brawl. No, this is movie
give
brawl.
me a Maroon
Movie
5. Give me a
brawl.
Maroon 5 musical starring Chris Evans and Elizabeth Olsen. I want to see that.
Huh?
What?
Oh, wait,
I'm
is
not
there a
really
specific
familiar
song
with
to
Maroon
this?
5.
Is there
Huh?
a specific song to this, or is it just Maroon 5?
Just Maroon 5 music as a background.
Wait,
what
is
ABBA-
Maroon
like
5
what ABBA did
a
for
song?
Mamma Mia. Oh, that's the band.
Maroon 5 songs.
That's the band.
Is the
Yeah,
girl's
Ariq-
name
Ariq-
Jane?
Ariq,
Song.
Teguh, do you have a suggestion?
Dude,
No, dude, I just listen to anything.
how about this? How about this?
Oh, I have one.
Let's hear it.
Rom-com, Take Me Home, Country Roads.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a good one.
I don't know,
Here.
Teguh, why am I getting Brokeback Mountain vibes from that?
Make sure it's set in Alabama.
You know who should start
It's
with that,
West Virginia, not
You know, just
Alabama,
start on that-
idiot.
you know who should start with that country road
Country
thing?
hole. Country hole.
Country
Country
hole.
Blake Shelton and Adam Levine.
Alabama.
Blake Shelton and Adam Levine should star in that film.
Like who? What?
They have a romance
Who
in
should
the
star?
voice anyway. Blake Shelton and Adam Levine.
I wanna.
Oh,
They
How
have a
about
very
this?
good bromance in the voice.
Dude, they clearly have a thing for each other.
How about this? A rom-com with the background song of All-Star Smash Mouth.
it
Oh,
already exists, you idiot. It's called Shrek.
Yeah, it's called.
No, a live-action
What's wrong
one.
with you? Oh,
A
live action
live-action
Shrek. Kelvin wants a live action
Yeah.
Shrek. Basically. Basically. A live action.
All right, we've gone too far once again. We're going to roll it all back.
No, we're just getting
Think about Shrek
started.
comes out of the toilet. He have like the whole genital hanging around like Dr. Manhattan.
oh.
And he goes into the mud. Oh god.
Okay, I don't want to imagine that. So Teguh, you have to save us by talking about Midway. Save us, Teguh. Why are you excited for this one?
It's a World War II movie, is it?
I have no idea what it's about.
Like I haven't seen any information about like the movie or anything, but
Midway.
as soon as you said Midway, that's all I care about. Okay,
Let me see what it's about. U.S. pilots in the
I'm
First
looking at it
World War
right
II.
now.
What's the Midway War? I'm not familiar with this.
There's a battle
Oh,
of
it's-
Midway.
It's the
Midway's
Pacific
taking place.
Theater. Basically, it's Americans versus Japan back in World War.
Yeah, because before Japan actually attacked Pearl Harbor, Japan already set up some like forward bases in like some small islands around the Pacific. Midway was one of them.
So this one probably will have Pearl Harbor involved.
I don't remember much, but if I'm not mistaken, Midway was the first like island to be contested after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Is that correct?
Wait, so
Yeah, it
Midway
says
is an actual
June
place?
1942. Pearl Harbor's
So it's right-
1941.
So right after Pearl Harbor, they immediately went for Midway, right?
Yeah, I
wait,
guess.
Midway is
Yeah, I
an
think that's
actual
what.
place.
I think that's what
It's
they
a
call the
place?
place. I don't know. The island, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, they call it Midway.
Yeah. No, the island, the area they fought, the island, they called it Midway.
That's what it is. That's just like the
Wait,
name they gave it.
I just checked the Rotten Tomatoes is bad.
It's
already
Roland.
out.
It's out. Roland Emmerich, who his last.
Oh, that's
his
very
last-
bad. Wow.
What is it? I want to know.
Rotten
40%.
Tomatoes, 40%.
40%.
Okay, that's
And
pretty. That's pretty much
5.6
okay.
Only
Can you while you're at it? Can you check Last Christmas? Because I believe it's also around 40%. But
Oh, really?
yeah. Look at that.
Last
It is 49.
Yeah, see, it's things. I'm pretty sure Doctor Sleep's only.
Oh yeah, their ratings in IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes for both movies are like roughly the same.
Yeah, but yeah, Midway's director is Roland Emmerich, and his last film was Independence Day: Resurgence. So
Surgeons.
even though
man.
he's done some good films in the past, disaster
I know,
film.
but I don't think you should mention Resurgence if you want to make sure he looks good.
No, that's not
Just
my
saying.
point. That's what I know. I'm not trying to make him look good. I'm trying to showcase what his last film is because it might quite got a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes for Midway. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you're talking about Midway. I was looking at like the director for
Last
Last
Christmas.
Christmas. I
It's
was
Paul Feig.
confused.
It's Paul Feig
Yeah.
who did
Yeah.
Simple Favor and everything.
That is some bad movies he's making.
Wait, Roland Emmerich or Paul Feig?
Paul Feig.
Paul
Oh,
Feig's done some
Ghostbuster.
good film. Okay, he did
Right.
some bad film, but he's done some good films as well.
Ghostbusters
Simple Favor
2016.
Simple Favor is good. Didn't he did Bridesmaid,
Bye.
which is good.
Bridesmaid's
I don't
not
know if
that
that's
good.
or not.
Bridesmaid
I
is
haven't watched
hilarious.
it.
No.
Spy.
He
Spy
did
is horrible.
Spy.
The Heat.
Spy is
it's okay.
funny. Spy is funny, man.
No,
No.
gosh, I find it so
No.
boring.
What?
No.
No.
Oh well, then
People like it. I don't find it.
The Peanuts movie. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about just a brief preview because we'll probably talk about it next week again. But yeah, Charlie's Angels coming out next week, and Ford v Ferrari is out next week. I know Kelvin probably doesn't know much, but I know Ariq and Teguh probably know more about the Ford and Ferrari battle.
I think I heard it from Grand Tour.
The 42-hour race. That's how I know it too. I know it from Grand Tour, and that's the only reason I'm
Yeah.
excited for this film.
You watch
Aside-
Grand Tour?
I do.
What?
Oh wow.
Okay, first of
Yes.
all, I'm excited. I haven't been caught up to season 3 yet. I can't remember if I finished season 2. But anyway, Ford versus Ferrari. If you guys don't know, this is about the battle, the 24-hour race back in the what decades? The 70s?
Le Mans in
Yeah.
1966 in the 60s.
66. But yeah, Ford was having an auto. Ferrari's like the number one thingy car, and then the Ford is trying to be better. So it's
Yeah.
basically a 24-hour race, and it's Ford versus Ferrari. And yeah, first of all, the story is interesting. Second, it's from the director of Logan, James Mangold, and Christian Bale's in it, Matt Damon's in it. So it's gonna be such an Oscar-worthy film.
Yeah, the
I am
casting
actually
is incredible.
I'm very excited for this one, honestly.
I actually want to watch it too because of the cast.
And the
Yeah,
reviews,
the casting is
reviews has been good.
incredible.
The reviews has been very positive, so I'm actually
Oh,
very,
it's out.
90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
it's not out. It's out for the critics on
Oh,
a
yeah.
premiere. So yeah, I'm actually very excited for this one, and probably talk about it more next week.
Yeah.
I will watch it when I can.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm interested in cars, so might as well.
I know, right?
Might as well watch it. Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about the news here. So Martin Scorsese have a new comment on Marvel, and yeah, like I said, we've been trying to avoid it. But yeah, as you know, in the past, previously he mentioned like, oh, Marvel films are like theme park rides, and then he reiterates saying that, oh no, what I meant was that Marvel films was a new form of entertainment, because the interviewer cut him off previously. So he elaborated, and now he got more chance to say it, and he basically. I'm not going to say the whole quote, but his whole point is that because of Marvel film, literally everything on screen now is like, if you're making a comic book movie, Hollywood is most likely going to greenlit it and going to give you the opportunity to do so. But if you're doing a smaller film, most likely that is not going to be played on the big screen, or Hollywood's not going to give the budget for you. So as a filmmaker that's aspiring and wanting to rise up in the cinema world, it's going to be tough for you, especially with everything that is dominated by superhero film. So he's just worried about that, and he's just concerned about the future of cinema in general, because he's afraid that it will get overshadowed by everything that's literally superhero films. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean like, apa namanya? I can understand what he's saying. I mean, like, most of the time, like, the big boys of the production thing, they want to make something more of a franchise thing, I guess. But like, it's not necessary to say like those aspiring filmmaker wouldn't get their like indie film made, cannot make their indie film, because there are still those companies that like what
A24.
Yeah, A24, Blumhouse. I think those
Blumhouse.
yeah, they support those aspiring filmmakers, as he said it. So I don't think it's that much of a problem. He's just overthinking it.
Actually, but yeah, no. I forgot to mention this. It's sort of part of his point. Not only just making it, but also once it gets released in theaters, are people gonna see it? Because people, as you know, they have limited time, limited money, and if they see Avengers, and then next to it is a film called Peanut Butter Falcon, people are gonna go to Avengers.
I'm not even interested in that, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Like, okay. Here's what I'm trying to say. Back before MCU was a thing, blockbuster films, there is a variety of it. Like, it was like Spielberg stuff was blockbuster, like Jurassic Park and everything, way before we were born. But now every single blockbuster, you have to be a superhero film in some way or another. Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, it's because there's a clear formula to it, I guess, now.
Yeah.
And that's why it's easy to make that. They just need like very cool, like CGI, animation, explosions, fights, and people will be like,
gonna see it.
Best movie of the summer.
Fair. Teguh, do you have any thoughts?
Not really. You guys kind of said it, but like, I guess, yeah, it's down to like cost and money, I guess, because like, I think, okay, the only thing that would still bring people back to the cinema is just the experience of it, because like the full like surround sound, big
True.
TV screen, and everything. And that's the only thing really
That's true.
that would really bring you back. But like on the other hand, I think what was his comment? He said that like it's bad for artists because they can't really make movies or something.
They won't get funded or something. That's what he said.
Yeah, but like the thing is,
Mhm.
you need to keep in mind actually because the streaming industry is starting off, it's actually like giving a
More
lot of
sense.
Yeah.
like rookie filmmakers chances on like Netflix and all that, right?
That
Because
is
like
true.
all the big cinema blockbuster directors don't want to do it on Netflix, so they have to like hire like people and like they might be just as talented, but like now they at least have more platforms to do it, right?
Yeah.
That is true that you said that, because honestly, some of the best films that critics at least have been saying are coming out of Netflix and Amazon. Some of the
Yeah.
best films of the year,
Hmm.
including the soon to be released Irishman on Netflix, directed by Scorsese. So yeah, Ariq, like what Teguh said, do you agree that people mostly nowadays go just to theater just for the experience and they don't necessarily care if it's a good film or a bad film? And what's your thought on that?
Mm, well, seeing that my parents were willing to watch Terminator Dark Fate in cinemas, oh, I guess, yeah, I guess Tegu's right. Yeah, people would rather go for like the experience rather than just like the movie.
I
I mean,
agree with
usually
you.
I like going to the movies because like it's like where you hang out with friends, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I go like I don't know in the theaters. It just feels cooler, even though the movie is like kind of bad.
it's
But
because of the
Yeah.
experience.
the experience is better. So yeah, I guess. I mean, like, of course, we still want to watch a good movie, nonetheless. Yeah,
But yeah, like
but
even
experience.
like I get his comments and his concern, which is fair, and like what Teguh said, people will watch big movies in the theaters, but it's not saying that they won't watch the smaller movies when it goes to streaming or something. They'll still see it, that they won't see it initially, I feel like. But that's like Scorsese's concern, is that he want to get the word of mouth quick, but that's not gonna happen because of superhero stuff. And like
Mm.
I'm a sucker for Marvel movies, you guys know that, but I still like the smaller stuff. But I know there are like people
I think
who
for the
just like,
casual
yeah,
movie watcher,
exactly,
especially, like most of my friends don't watch the small things.
the indies.
They watch
Filthy
the big.
casual.
Yep.
They watch all
Filthy
the
casual.
when only like the big names are there, like Hugh Jackman. Then they're like, oh, all right, watch this.
Mm.
Fair.
Yeah, like I mean, like look at Sing Street.
Mm.
It's very
No,
indie.
yeah, it's very indie. No. I guess one the female actress, I forgot her name. She
Lucy
gets
Burton.
yeah, she got roles now. But before that, I think she was pretty much not that
Yeah.
known,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
That is true. But yeah, so yeah, I think we're all somewhat in the same consensus about this. That I'm glad he clarified this, because now when they first of all, the interviewer cut him off when Martin Scorsese first said that Marvel movies are theme park rides, is such a douchebag for doing that, the interviewer. But now that
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese have more chance to actually like elaborate, it makes more sense, and it's more, he's less of a villain now, at least for the general movie fans hearing this.
I mean, like when he says a theme park is, in some ways, kind of agree because it's mostly for the spectacles. Even like okay, not let's say this
But okay, but
Endgame
yeah,
without the previous 18 movies, it's okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I
fair.
agree. Like
Yeah.
without the
It's-
previous, and like when I brought my friends over to watch it, right? I think I went with the person who hadn't seen the other Avengers movies. Like to them, it was just okay. Like it wasn't a bad movie, but it was just okay. But like to us who watched all the other movies, it was just like
Wow.
the
Yeah.
Best movie, right?
Like if you see it in a perspective of a person, like who hasn't watched the previous like Marvel movies. Yeah, I think like Endgame would just appear as a like a
like
good action
if I'm
movie.
thinking of it, like if I've never seen the
Yeah.
previous Endgames and I think about it, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as like
Yeah.
when I did.
Yeah.
honestly, Endgame wouldn't work without the last 20 films.
Exactly.
Also. That's the only reason why it worked. That's why it's
Even Infinity War, you know.
yeah, exactly. People,
Yeah,
people get just confused. Who's that? Who's that? That was just one the case for one of my friends. Who's that guy in that Panther suit? I'm like, that's
Yeah,
me.
exactly. So yeah, I get
Yeah.
in some ways I can kind of agree because superhero
Yeah.
movies just it's just a spectacle mostly.
Yes. Okay. That is fair from one person perspective. But I'm not like disagreeing or agreeing. But I'll just say because James Gunn was offended by this on Twitter because he mentioned like, well, I grew up watching Scorsese's film and I'm inspired by his work and I try to do what I think is good for cinema on my own. So like as someone who is like imagine you're working for Marvel and you're a director for Marvel and then suddenly this director that you look up to growing up suddenly mentioned, oh, your films are literally theme park rides, it's nothing special. You will sort of feel hurt, you know.
It's not that special, I mean. It's just fun to watch. It's like a theme park. It's not
If you
special.
are
It's
if
just
you
fun
if
to
you are
watch.
if you are a director of the film though, and then someone like Scorsese comment on your film saying that it's nothing special, you wouldn't feel like, oh,
Maybe I'll be like maybe there's a chance that I'll be like I guess he enjoyed the movie, so that's good.
You're gonna think
Unless
about
he's
it more
scared of
than
theme
hard.
parks.
You're gonna drink yourself until you pass out. You don't like my movies.
sure,
Or that. One of those.
sure. But
But
yeah,
yeah.
that's just
cries in Spanish.
why
Why
is
Spanish?
why in Spanish?
You're in Japan. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Cry in Nihon.
Neon.
Anyway,
Like,
Nihongo de naiteru.
while we're in the
Nihongo de naiteru.
what the heck is that?
Teguh's trying to cry in Nihon.
Well, we're in the realm of MCU
Nihon.
and Marvel films
Oh.
and Oscars. The recent news is that Avengers Endgame they've done their Oscar push for like all the technical stuff and everything, including like the best original score, which I hope it does win because the score by Alan Silvestri is amazing, and they have like costume design, set design, and everything, special effects, which I think they probably could have a chance in winning. But the one that recently they push and that make a big outburst is their push for supporting actor and supporting actress, and I thought this is ridiculous. So I'll just say the list that they decided to push for consideration for the Oscar to nominate. Robert Downey for supporting actor, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner, Josh Brolin, Paul Rudd, Don Cheadle. For
Wait,
best supporting yes, for best supporting actress, Scarlett Johansson, Gwyneth Paltrow, Zoe Saldana, Karen Gillan, Brie Larson.
Wait. Then who's the main act? Who's the main?
Okay, here's the thing, because everything this is an ensemble film, so they don't want to really. It's hard to
Should have
say
a
like
main.
the main film. It's more Robert Downey is probably the main actor, but it's like such an ensemble that it's pretty much everyone is supporting actor for one another. That there's no really main actor, you know. Plus, none of these. If any of them,
Yeah, no.
if any of them are nominated in supporting, they have a higher chance of getting nominated. If any of them have a chance of being nominated, it's probably in supporting. No chance any of them is gonna get nominated in the best supporting actor or actress category. So if they wanna push for supporting, this is the case.
No,
But
man, no.
it's ridiculous that they are literally might as well they put what's it called, extra number 42 in this list or something. They put every single cast in this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a Brie Larson support in this. She's barely in the
Dude,
film.
Brie Larson only
She's
appears.
barely in the film.
She's
Careful,
only
guys.
there for like the
You're
intro
gonna be
and
called
then at the end.
racist. You're gonna be called sexist if you disagree. Brie Larson deserves to be the best supporting actress.
I love
Yes.
Brie Larson, but she does not in this film. She's barely in the film.
There you go. See, Albert's gonna go to jail for sexism.
Am I gonna go to jail
Alright.
for sex? Am I gonna go to jail for racism as well? Because Don Cheadle doesn't deserve to be in this thing because he's barely
Yeah,
in the
there you
film as
go.
well.
Yeah, he's
I
executed.
agree.
Albert's
No,
death
nice.
by
Here's the
firing
thing.
squad.
Here's the thing. Okay. Honestly, whenever I never agree to when any of my friends say that what's the name? To like Robert Downey Jr. should be nominated or win Oscar. No. It's like it's like what's that name? His acting, I mean, if you like compare it to like the Joker, fucking Phoenix acting, who would you choose?
I haven't
You know?
watched Joker.
Yeah,
Haven't watched Joker.
I mean, like,
Maybe I'll choose Joaquin if I watched it. Most likely.
Okay, first of all, Kelvin,
If I watch it, most
for your
likely.
argument's sake, I'm pretty sure they're doing this just for the legacy aspect of like no one has done this for
yeah,
like
I
22
know,
like
I
like
know,
like
but
an honorary like an honorary nomination, you know.
I know, but still,
Like on its own film, on its own right, I agree with
it's
you. It's
not.
not on the same level of what I've
Yeah,
seen at least for this year. So yeah, but I'm just astonished that they decided. Teguh, you agree with me? If they only like nominate Robert Downey Jr., that's it, and maybe
Chris Evans.
Scarlett Johansson.
Chris
Mhm.
Not even
Evans.
Chris Evans. I don't think Chris Evans is a very good performer. Like the main lead, at least. Okay, let's say they only nominate Robert Downey and Scarlett Johansson. Would you agree or disagree that they have a higher chance of actually getting considered for the actual nomination than the fact that they're doing all this now? That they have a higher chance, not necessarily actually getting considered, but they have a higher chance of getting considered. Would you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Right?
Yeah. Because like there's just too much, man. Like
Yeah.
too much.
It's sort of
No,
like a joke to a point, you know?
Like
yeah,
I
they just
know it's a
mentioned.
really big movie, but this is too
Yeah,
much.
I mean, here, if they take out like Brie Larson, Don Cheadle, and like all the small ones, and only keep like 2 or 3, then I guess they're kind of serious with it. People can like, oh, they're oh yeah, maybe.
And like again it goes back to that, like, okay, if it's to what Kelvin said, I think is what Kelvin said, like, if they're all supporting actor, who was the bloody main actor?
Yeah. What,
Yeah,
Thanos?
true.
No, it's not. But yeah. But
Josh
yeah,
But
Brolin.
like Josh Brolin is here, so like,
if I'm being like um
No.
observing from an objective standpoint, the only one that deserves to be considered, in my opinion, is Robert Downey. Um, Karen Gillan, because Nebula actually she played dual roles in that film,
Oh
and
yeah.
probably Paul Rudd because what he did in terms of like the story and the character and his storyline with the daughter and everything, and his comedy as well. So that's at least 3, and Paul Rudd is a stretch. So the others I feel like doesn't deserve. Zoe Saldana deserve for Infinity War more than this. She's barely in this film as well. But yeah, literally, it's they. I feel like they're like, oh, if we push for one, maybe the other actors will get jealous. So I guess we should push for all of them, which is like,
Like the equality for all. Oh, it's back to communism.
it was like Robert Downey did mention it. Like, Did you happen to watch Robert Downey's interview on Howard Stern?
No.
So he was on Howard Stern, and Howard was asking about why Robert wasn't the initial Oscar push for Endgame. They didn't put Robert's name for the consideration, and then Howard Stern asked Robert why he doesn't want that and Robert's like, yeah, no, they wanted to do that, but I told them I don't want them to push for my because it's an assembled film. Everyone is as important as everyone else. So he is basically he's being very humble. Robert Downey is being very humble. And that argument sort of stands. It's like, I guess it's an ensemble film, so it's no one really shines over one another, even though we truly know Robert Downey is the star of the MCU and of this film, you know?
Mm,
Mm.
None of you
no.
agree. None of you agree.
no, I mean
No.
I understand your point, but I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
So I don't
Pretty
know. To
much.
me, none of them should even. Okay, maybe Robert Downey, but none of them should really be like in the
Okay.
talkings.
I
Just
agree
like,
with
okay. It's just okay. They're acting. The
I
story.
agree
I mean, the story is
I
kind
agree
of
with
cool,
that.
I guess.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, I've never met anyone who says like, "Why do you like Endgame so much?" Oh, the acting was amazing. Nobody said that.
Yeah,
Nobody
they
said that.
always refer back to how, oh, I've watched it since the very first one.
Yeah, something like, or like, oh, that last scene was so cool.
Yeah, or
Something
that.
like that.
Like there
Yeah.
are scenes that are performed very well, like Gwyneth Paltrow's when she's in the very end talking
Yeah,
to
scenes
Dead
of
Tony.
it, not
Yeah,
the
but
whole
not the whole
movie.
film. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, like just to move on from this topic, I think that you want to say
No.
something. But
Okay,
oh,
go.
I thought you were about to say something. Just snap. Like
Oh,
if out of everyone, again, Robert Downey, He's probably the most deserving, and if he get nominated, I'm not against it. I would be actually be very happy to see that.
Dude.
An MCU nominated for an acting performance, I would be happy to see that. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean, like for sure. Why do they need to have the Oscar push for the actor? I mean, they're going to get the Oscar, I think, for animation, those stuff.
Disney just wants everything. They want everything, every
Disney.
single
Yeah,
award.
they want
it.
everything.
They have all the money.
Everything.
They have all the money to do the campaign anyway, so they're not worried.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
I mean, like
and people support them
their
enough to a
score
point
will
where
definitely be in my opinion. And the animation stuff, the animated stuff,
Special effects, yeah.
yeah, special effects. I mean, yeah, that will definitely. If that's not in, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. Only until last year that MCU got an Oscar for Black Panther, and I believe they won 4. Before that,
What did they get for Black Panther?
I need to double check. The one that I remember is costume design, which is worth it, and
Okay.
best score, which is
Score?
which is
Music.
Yeah,
But
I know, but no, I mean like
it's all right. But there are better scores. But I'm like, I guess it's a unique score. So
Mm.
that's I'm not like I wasn't voting for Black Panther score, but I'm not against it as well because I'm happy for it. Oh wait, Black Panther Oscars. I believe it's set design. Let me double check. Okay, so the winner is Ludwig Göransson for best music score, costume design for Ruth E. Carter, best production design or pretty much set design for there is several people that I'm not going to mention, and they win 3. They win 3 and they got nominated for 6. They got nominated for best picture, which is quite crazy in my opinion. Best sound editing and best sound mixing. So yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So let's move on. Well, in the realm of, I'm gonna skip this one because Kevin Feige recently said, if you wanna follow the MCU's future, you have to buy Disney Plus, and we had a whole streaming service conversation. But I'll just say,
I don't like that at all.
it's not fair. It's not fair. But but you know what you gotta do. It's Disney once again with all their money.
Yeah.
But
I guess I'll just not follow MCU from now on.
And another thing that we can I'll just mention in case if you guys have any opinion, stop me. But I'm just gonna say,
Hey, stop!
I haven't said it.
I have opinion about you.
No.
Oh!
Yes, you know, Netflix for US and for other countries have different. They have different stuff, and Netflix is targeting anime for everything outside of the US. So everything anime legally streaming is gonna be on Netflix, according to Netflix.
legally.
Keyword legally.
My only
Legally.
problem with
Crunchyroll,
anime
man.
streaming on Netflix is that just because I'm in Japan, they don't bother giving me English subtitles.
Exactly!
Oh really?
Right?
There's no
Yeah,
English
so-
subtitles!
There's no English subtitles, so I have to watch the illegal versions because otherwise I don't get like English subtitles.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I don't
just
get
admit
it.
to watching
Dude,
illegal
just
anime
because-
online.
Dude, just
Yes.
because our region is in Japan doesn't mean all of us can speak perfect Japanese.
Like,
No.
okay, no, I can watch it and I
I
can
know.
understand it.
Look, can you
But-
understand all the magic stuff? No.
Yeah, no, exactly. The thing is, once they get into like really specialized, like if I was watching JoJo, I'd be very lost.
Exactly. They also like Stando. Stand? Why are they standing?
Like if it was something like I don't know, like Weathering with You, and they put it on like, and I watched Weathering with You in Japanese cinemas, right? So I had Japanese subtitles for that as well. That was fine because it's just daily life, so you understand it. But if it goes to like some like Gundam or some shit, dude, I'm not gonna understand that. Dude.
Exactly. Like, dude, come on, man.
Okay.
Netflix.
Yeah, you should really put subtitles, even English subtitles on Netflix, even for
Yeah.
even though you're in
No, the thing
Japan.
is, the anime that's made by Netflix, like Netflix made some anime, right? Those ones come with English subtitles.
Devilman, Devilman
Crybaby,
Crybaby,
what's it? Yeah, those
Wait,
ones, those
wait.
do come with English
They're
subtitles.
made by Netflix or they're distributed by Netflix.
Made.
Oh,
Like Netflix produced it.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like the creators are all Japanese, but like the producer was Netflix. Those
Oh,
ones come with
okay.
English subtitles.
Yeah,
So those ones I watched on Netflix.
Dude, how does illegal streaming have better subs than legal ones? Huh?
Because
The thing is, I think I know why. It's because for the illegal sites, the community makes the subtitles. Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing.
For
Yeah,
Netflix, they don't
but
do that.
can't they
so-
hire them? They have the money.
Yeah,
Make them
yeah,
legal.
like, hey, instead of working in an illegal site, why don't you work for us,
For us.
legally?
Like
Legally.
okay. Here, movie. If anyone from the movie industry is watching this, before you go out and sue me and Kelvin for watching illegal stuff, here's a bit of wisdom from the gaming industry.
It's kind
okay?
of your fault there watching illegal stuff because you didn't put any convenience
exactly, no.
in them.
Like I remember someone out of the gaming industry like once said, "Are you not concerned about piracy?" I forgot who said it. But like they said, no, because as long as like you provide a good incentive for them to play the multiplayer. Like if you make the multiplayer experience good, if you make the online experience good and not bullshit, then people will buy the original version. And
Yeah,
it's the same
right.
with Netflix.
Yes,
Like
I agree.
Dude,
Same with
Right.
yeah, like the
movies.
creators of Witcher, like they say, like, oh, are you afraid that people will pirate? No, just make the game good.
yeah,
If the game is good, no one will pirate. Yeah,
like literally, okay, like
you make the streaming
I'm
service
always
good, nobody will pirate.
like whenever I'm looking for an anime, the first thing I do is go on Netflix and check if it has English subtitles. And if it has English subtitles, that's it. I just watch it
You
on
watch
Netflix.
it
I
there.
don't go to illegal site. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the problem is if we're going to an illegal site, I have to deal with the stupid ads
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
all
it's not
the
that we
pop-ups
enjoy
and all
it.
that.
Sexy,
It's just that we don't have a
sexy girls in
choice.
your area.
Yeah.
Sexy girls in your
It's
area.
not that we
Yeah,
enjoy it, you know. We don't have a choice. We want to
Yeah, I don't have a
understand.
bloody choice.
Yeah.
Rant, keep ranting. This is content.
I'm happy that I put that in the rundown.
Albert's like, yes, content.
as soon as I saw that news and like when I was looking at the rundown, I'm like, Netflix anime. I don't think I can say much to it, but I feel like the other guys can say much. I'll put it in.
So yeah, there you go. This whole segment has turned to a complete rant from me and Teguh from Japan.
Yes.
Netflix, if somehow one of you that works there listen
here's
to
the
this,
thing.
I'll cut this clip and I'll tag Netflix on Twitter.
Netflix, not
It's
everyone
not just
living in
Netflix.
Japan are native.
It's not just Netflix. Amazon
Yeah.
Prime also does that.
I don't know.
Really?
You know the Grand Tour doesn't come with English subtitles.
So
It comes with
what?
Japanese subtitles.
Do you listen to them?
Wait.
Do you listen?
What-
do you
what language
listen
is
to
it?
them when you say
The audio is
power?
English. The audio is English,
Okay.
but I can change the audio to Japanese if I wanted to.
Oh
But
my
the
god!
subtitles
Dude, yeah, wait, I want to listen to it in
Haven't you
Japanese, to
idiot?
be honest. Yeah, haven't you idiot in Japanese?
Crash this car. Pause.
whenever
The
they
world.
or it's all just here in subtitles. Taikutsu. I'm like, guys, English subs.
Okay, so basically, Netflix. Not everyone living in Japan are native. Please put subtitles.
Please put English subtitles.
Yes.
Then we wouldn't do it illegally.
Yeah.
Yep,
Saying.
there you go. So that's a message. There's a message for Netflix.
Or any other streaming service actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Just always put English subtitles. Like almost everyone in the world can speak and read English now. You know? Not
Yeah,
not necessarily Japanese.
Like even people who can't speak Japanese when they're watching anime, they'll watch it with English subtitles.
Exactly. Even when I still don't understand English, I use English subtitles.
yeah, I use English subtitles and I understand English.
Yeah, exactly. We understand
like
English.
it.
We still use English subtitles. Thank you, Fred. I love you.
Thank you.
Just do it.
We gotta address. I know we're on a very awesome friend right now, but we gotta address. We put this on the thumbnail and the title. We haven't even discussed it. The James.
Yeah, I know. Like it says James Dean. I'm like, where is the James Dean?
I know. All right, so let's talk about that. So there's a film called Finding Jack, and they're gonna digitally resurrect James Dean using like how like the deep fake and everything right now is working on, and how they managed to do they put
Wait,
Leia.
what was the movie?
They put Leia in Finding Jack.
Alright.
They have Leia in Rogue One as well as director Is it Krennic? No, Tarkin. Tarkin on Rogue One as well, which is like a CGI with the deep fakes and everything. So they're gonna literally put James Dean, who's been dead for I don't know how many years, back in a film. And the biggest issue is
Oh.
not only that. The biggest issue is that the directors and the producers and everything, they have mentioned this publicly. They mentioned that we have tried looking for actors to star in our film, but at the end of the day, we couldn't find the right one, and we all agree that James Dean is the right fit. So they actually tried to look for actors, but they cannot find. But they decided on getting someone who's dead to star in the
Nice.
film.
That
That is very problematic.
That is
I'm looking at a lot of
What does that?
Dude, I'm looking at
Chris
a lot of
Evans
the
was-
news here.
Chris
There's
Evans
a
was
lot of like
unhappy about it.
backlashes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I read the Chris Evans
Tweet about it, right?
tweet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's disrespectful. I agree.
So are you saying that the fact that you try to find someone out of how many people that you'd audition and you cannot find a single one that will star in your film? Like literally.
I think it's just that I think they just say that as a formality, but from before they cast, they already have in mind that they want to digitally resurrect James Dean and just doing that as formality.
And the fact that it's gonna be the second main lead or the second lead is gonna be, because like once again, Leia is like one scene. Tarkin is like
Yeah.
several scenes, and still not that much. It's not even the main character. And like we've seen the aging and stuff, but that's like completely different because it's still the same character, but just the age. This one is literally someone who's dead, and they're gonna be like in at least 90% of the film. That is gonna be.
What if he wins this like Oscar for supporting actor?
Who's gonna get nominated? Is it gonna be the guy who's doing the?
Is he gonna bring like the coffin to the stage?
They're gonna bring a tombstone to the
you guys-
damn thing.
Have you guys seen the one where there's a concert in Coachella and Tupac was like resurrected via hologram? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I know that. I know.
No, I didn't see that.
Imagine if they do that for the Oscars.
Oh my
No.
god.
No.
No.
That is
This is
quite disrespectful. I mean, like,
Yeah, that's quite disrespectful though.
see
I
it this
agree.
way. Like, imagine the new Aladdin movie. Instead of having Will Smith, they literally resurrect Robin Williams.
Yeah,
the-
people would
disturbing
love
is
Yeah, I
that?
know.
Yeah, how disturbing would that be?
I wouldn't, honestly, as an audience, I wouldn't be too keen on watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be. I'm curious if like people's gonna watch this or not. This is gonna be an experiment because if this actually film this going through and with James Dean, I wonder how the audience actually gonna perceive it. Because this is.
I'm very sure there are those like idiot movie watchers like, oh, who's that? Like
That's the sad
don't
part.
know that the guy is dead.
This is the sad part. This, for me at least too, I've never seen a James Dean film. This is
Me
probably gonna be for a lot of people first James Dean film, and he's not even
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
What?
I've seen some James Dean though. The
I've-
adult video one.
Nope, no, we're not gonna talk about
No,
that.
no, we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, that's off the air.
Yeah.
We will talk about that after the show. Okay.
Like when we first saw, going back to Rogue One, when we first saw Leia and Tarkin for the first time like that, did you feel like odd seeing that? Did you feel, or were you just fine?
To be honest, I didn't notice
you-
the first guy.
Tarkin?
I didn't notice the first
Tarkin.
guy at first. Yeah, I
I
didn't,
mean, like-
I didn't notice him at first. After a while.
I didn't know if wait, is the actor
Is it dead?
dead?
Is
Actor's
dead?
long dead, I think.
Oh yeah.
Peter
Yeah,
Cushing.
the first time when I watched when Tarkin appears, the CGI one, the anime, yeah, I feel odd. Like I didn't know if the actor is dead or not, but I feel odd. Like he feels a bit waxy.
I mean, yeah, the CGI on the face wasn't that.
Yeah, it feels a bit waxy. I was like, that's not a real guy's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't feel odd morally because I didn't know if the guy's dead or not. Yeah.
Also, I guess that one is a bit more fair because it's sort of the same character, so he's just playing the same character, so it's
Mhm.
fine. But this one is literally a
They
new character.
resurrected a character, not the actor
Yeah.
himself.
For
Yeah.
a completely
Yeah,
new
true.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
There's a
just
slight difference there,
Yeah,
It's the character that's resurrected. Same with
Like,
Leia.
And I guess in a way I sort of saw this coming, but at the same time I thought it was never really gonna happen because like
Me too, actually.
especially with deepfake, like deepfake is if you do it for comedy, it's fine, it's funny, but if you do it for something serious like this, it's kind of get disturbing, you know?
Yeah.
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 Like,
I
of course.
also haven't thought about it. Like, what there'll be one day when you can just bring back people who did it to act or
Like
to act perform.
imagine okay,
Yeah.
like let's say imagine if Disney instead of casting Eldon Ehrenreich, they de-age. Well, not okay. Let's not do that. Let's not do that case. Let's think of like what Kelvin said. Oh, you know what? Actually, I heard this.
No, what if they bring like Heath Ledger back?
Yeah, no. Like if they
Yeah,
bring
so-
back the new Batman film,
Yeah, then they bring Heath Ledger back. Like, no,
about it.
dude, that's just ruining a legacy. I think.
Like literally,
Yeah,
imagine
it is.
Expecting a legacy.
if DC decided to make another Superman film, but instead of getting a new cast or Henry Cavill, they take back Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Unless I'll say this, unless
Okay, there's an unless coming on.
that's I don't know what that
unless
stands
the
to actually
actor
guilt as well.
before the actor or actress, he or she died,
They sign off. Of course, they have to
sign a paper where yes, you can use my
Yeah,
appearance
yeah.
after
I'm
my
pretty
death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm
then
pretty
that,
sure
I
at least
guess
for
I'm
James
okay.
Dean, his family is also, or someone related to him is probably going to get the money as well. It's not like they're just using them just because they want to. They have to get the
Mhm.
consent.
True, but still weird.
Yeah. It's.
Like,
Dude,
I think this shouldn't be a thing yet, but I think it
this
will
is
be
going to
a.
be the first testing out. This is
Like,
going to be the first experiment.
I
The
feel
only
like
thing
this
that
will be a
is
thing in like the next like I don't know a decade. You know where people
the
kind
only
of get.
time this was
Oh.
the only time this is like acceptable in my opinion is like that Fast Furious 7, when Paul Walker died in the middle of shooting.
Yeah, in the middle of
But they
shooting. I
kinda
mean,
put
that's like
It's
okay.
the same character. Once again, that's the same character.
It's the same
Yeah,
Yeah, and
character.
like
It's
he
not
was
the
in the
same
middle of
character.
shooting, right? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, middle of shooting. Then they just replaced it with his brother with CGI.
Like what they're
that.
doing, with they don't really do that for the new Star Wars film. They're just using footage of Leia, Carrie Fisher, but it's like
Mm.
it's not the same level, but they're using a dead
Mm.
person, but same character. But yeah, same argument as Paul Walker. But yeah, man, this is I really wonder how this film is gonna turn out. If they're actually gonna go for it,
I think I don't know. I feel like this
it's
movie
kind of
won't
an-
happen.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's sort of once again the actors are pissed off because it's sort of an insult to them. Like none of us is good enough for you, literally.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Of course, they're not
Of
good
course,
enough.
man.
Is that what you're trying to say, Kelvin?
No, I mean like
that's a
of
bad
course
thing.
the actor will be like, what? How can a dead guy act better than me? Maybe acting dead, yeah.
Acting dead. Oh god.
like imagine
Don't-
in the if like in 100 years or like let's say in 50 years time they're gonna reboot Back to the Future and like let's say they already passed on and they decide to reboot but they were gonna use the same actors and they just CGI them, they'll be so effed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the idea of a remake or something like that. It's like you're supposed to use new actresses,
New
whatever,
actors and then
instead of like bringing
maybe
back
add,
dead ones. Like what?
maybe
But
add
What's the point of a
here-
remake
you know-
if you're using the same person?
You know what? I also wonder how much, like, if this actually happens, how many actors, like, when they know their time is coming, how many actors will like sign off and say like, oh yeah, you can use my likeness in like future films if you want to. Like, I wonder how many actors actually gonna like do that.
I think we need to wait for like the new age of actor and actresses.
Wait.
The
So
new era.
does that mean, Albert? Does that mean when we die, can the councilmen continue running with
Yes!
CGI versions
Yeah.
of us?
Yeah, that could happen.
We will
That-
do that.
Tagu's AI is so realistic. His CGI doesn't turn on except on like certain days, like Saturdays.
even AI Teguh.
oh no,
Oh,
I've
wait.
been.
we have
Even
been
AI
found
said
out.
you.
we probably have said as many words in this 40 episodes in that people can cut pieces of our like words and then make it into full complete sentences.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like
Yeah.
about the same jokes about Teguh, about the sheep stuff, and about
Yeah,
how Teguh hates
it can
Albert.
easily loop. It can easily loop back.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's gonna be so weird.
So yeah, I
CGI
think I
councilman.
think in the future, no one's gonna be dead. They're just gonna keep going, you know.
It's,
Keep
it's,
going.
Not necessarily in the physical body.
it's like Blade Runner. Oh my god,
Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
hologram shit. Yeah,
So I
that's.
guess the main thing is the disrespect for the legacy
Mm-hmm.
that they
Yeah.
that have brought upon us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. We have a
So
few
we
more
have
things.
another offer.
We have a few more. What? We have a few more things to cover. First of all, I just want to say this, and I can say for the three of us, none of us care for Fantastic Beasts 3. Agree?
I haven't watched the second one. I don't really like
I
this
kind of
first
I
one.
kind of want to watch it just to know how the story ends, but I'm not. I don't have it on my priority list.
Same.
Right.
I guess it's a good thing I've watched Harry Potter, so I'm not that confused.
I have never
I
haven't
watched
watched
a
Harry
single
Potter.
Harry Potter
Yeah.
movie, and
If I
I
was
am
like
not
Kelvin,
that
I would be
interested.
absolutely confused.
Yeah, when I watched
on what's
Fantastic
going on.
Beasts, I was kind of confused, but
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed it because I like seeing wacky animals. But yes,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
that interested at all.
Yeah, I love Harry Potter and her friend and the franchise. Fantastic Beasts, the first one was fine to me. The second one, I'm not a big fan of it, so I don't really care for the third one. It's so much a mess. They had to include Holocaust in Fantastic Beasts too, which is like I don't want to see that in my Harry Potter film. And so yeah, I'm with the good that I want to see where it goes, but at the same time, I'm not like in my priority list or anything. And the same thing goes for Scream 5. Teguh is not a horror fan. I've only seen the first Scream. I don't know about the other two down here. But I
I
don't
think I've
think
watched a bit.
It's
But I
not the
don't
Ghostface, right?
Yeah, but I don't think we're all clamoring for a Scream 5 or anything.
No.
No, so I don't think we're looking forward to that.
All right,
Not
so
at all.
have you guys seen the new Pixar trailer Soul?
Nope.
I think
No.
maybe I have.
It's
Pixar
new.
what?
It's Soul.
Yeah, I think maybe I have.
It stars Jamie Foxx and it's from the creator. It's literally about. It's like how Inside Out, inside your mind. This one is inside your soul and discovering everything.
Just going inside everything now.
It looks good. The animation looks amazing.
Inside your balls.
It revolves what?
That will be the next movie. Sperm.
Anyway, it have jazz in it and everything.
It's about cities in your balls.
Yes.
Going on a tour.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'll just say the trailer looks pretty good and doesn't involve balls at all in this trailer. And another trailer is Invisible Man, which I don't think any one of you has seen, but Kelvin probably will be interested. This is a horror film.
Dude, I
You saw
actually
the
did
trailer?
watch. No, not the trailer. I'm talking about an old movie with an invisible man too.
But yeah, I'm talking about the trailer, and the trailer looks awesome.
Hey, let me search this movie up first.
How is it awesome when you can't see him?
Yeah, Albert. How do we even know if he's acting?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's invisible.
But yeah,
Maybe voice actor.
trailer
Yeah.
looks awesome. Both trailer looks good. I'll just say this though. If you guys are not gonna watch the trailer, at least watch. I'm gonna shout this out. Amateur Hour Films. They did Invisible Man reacts to Invisible Man trailer. So what they did is that they just put a frame and there is a laptop and there is a chair and there is no one on the chair and they just pretend that there is an invisible man. So they just shake the chair occasionally. They're like when there is like a jump scare, the chair just move on its own. And they're like it's so smart and it's so funny. And it get like chair fall over or something, and then there's like curtains and the curtains like fall down and everything. It's so brilliant that they did that just to make fun of like the YouTube reactor community and everything.
I should do that for my stream. Invisible Man play game.
Well, just like nothing here. It's just like the chair's moving.
But yeah,
That's the invisible man.
uh,
Is that Nick?
yeah. Last topic of the day that I want to cover because I know you guys are tired. Okay.
The movie I was talking about is Hollow Man.
Oh, Hollow Man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Invisible Man too. He's not invisible. He's hollow.
All right. So yeah,
He's empty inside.
Let's move on to make sure that we can all open our eyes. So
That's
Hey,
racist.
that's racist.
I'm talking to Teguh said in a private chat, I can barely keep my eyes open. Can we hurry? So I'm trying to save this up.
Teguh, that's racist.
Okay. So yeah, last news of the day. Batman casting. Batman have new casting. They cast Colin Farrell as the Penguin and Andy Serkis. Okay, wait, no, they're not casting it yet. They're in talks. They're in talks for Colin Farrell to be the Penguin and Andy Serkis as Alfred. And the rumor says Harvey Dent will be next in line for casting. So yeah, let's just recap what we have in the cast for this film. We got Robert Pattinson as Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. We got Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. We got Paul Dano as Riddler, and now we got Colin Farrell as the Penguin and Andy Serkis as Alfred. Any of you guys have any thoughts?
Is Colin Farrell like a discount Brad Pitt?
No, he's in the first Fantastic Beasts. He's in the first Fantastic Beasts. He's in Dumbo.
Looks like Brad Pitt.
He's in a lot of good films. He's in the Lobster.
Dude, he kind of looks like Brad Pitt.
He's in the Beguiled. He doesn't.
I guess they have a similar hairstyle in my opinion, but not everything else. Not really.
He's in the Lobster. He's in Killing of a Sacred Deer in Bruges.
No, but honestly, as a DC fan, I really just don't care anymore at this point. They just keep on saying names that never happen.
This one is happening. I feel like this one is actually happening, Kelv.
Dude, Colin Farrell as Penguin. I don't know, man. What do you have like a Pinocchio's nose or something
I mean,
to make his nose long?
not there. That is the okay. That's the thing. When you think of Penguin, you think like the Danny DeVito, Bridget Meredith Penguin.
No,
right?
I'm talking about I'm thinking of the comics.
Yeah, but most
Yeah,
people.
the Danny DeVito one does look like the comic.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But there are iterations of Penguin, which is like the Gotham TV show Penguin is like sort of this savvy.
I know,
Penguin.
but
So
is
I
it gonna
guess
be
they're going that. They're going that. I don't think so.
yeah, see? Nah, I don't care if he's fat or not.
They're gonna go. They're gonna go with that route. And yeah, it's funny how they consider Jonah Hill for the Penguin, and then now Colin Farrell's a Penguin because they do not look alike.
Dude, honestly, I just don't.
Colin Farrell.
Even as a DC fan, I like Batman and everything, but I just don't care anymore about DC.
I like this cast though because they know Batman is gonna make a lot of money on their own, so they're not gonna get the big stars. They're just getting like this indie
Dude, I don't
darling
know.
actors, and they're just
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. I'm kind of like,
Paul Dano as the Riddler is perfect in my opinion.
Who?
Paul Dano.
Who is that?
There will be
who?
blood.
Dana?
You probably
Dana?
know him from Swiss Army Man. Let's be honest. That's probably the only one where you know him
Oh
from.
yeah, I know him.
That's probably the only film you only know him from. I'm just gonna say that.
That movie is so weird.
Dude,
Andy
honestly,
Serkis
I just don't
is
care.
Alfred though. Andy Serkis is Alfred. You guys like that?
Who?
That can
Andy,
work.
Teguh is practically dead at this point. I'm sorry to go.
Dude, Andy Serkis as
He's using a
Alfred.
hologram right now.
Dude, Alfred is not motion
Hormone
capture.
malfunction.
No, he doesn't have to be motion captured.
He's not a monkey.
Andy Serkis in Black Panther is not
Andy
motion
Serkis
captured.
not in the motion capture? That's impossible.
In Avengers 2,
Dude,
what did he appear as? Damn it.
maybe he'll motion capture as the Penguin. The Penguin's Penguin.
Oh. So who's Colin Farrell then?
No, the Penguin's Penguin.
Oh, I didn't know Penguin has a penguin.
Alfred.
Yeah, I've never seen the older Batmans where they had those characters.
I like how Andy Serkis is in every franchise now. MCU is directing the next Venom film that was gonna be in Batman, and then he was in Lord of the Rings.
I just don't care about DCU.
Okay, we get it.
I don't like Shazam. I don't really like Shazam. I don't really like Aquaman, Wonder Woman. It's cool, but
I
okay.
like Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
So I guess you don't care if I ask who you want to see as Harvey Dent, huh?
No. I will just watch it when I feel like it, which is not directly. Probably in like 2 or 3 months after. I'll be like,
Honestly, yeah. I mean, to
Then
be
I'll
honest,
watch it. then I'll be
casting, I
like,
don't really care.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think that's how I'll feel like most likely.
fair.
I'll be like, because dude, I hyped about Batman vs Superman, and what did I get? Nothing.
What is
We
Ariq?
got Martha.
That is a sound of a disappointed customer.
I hyped about Justice League, and what do I get? Orange template. That's what I get.
Orange stem. And a very
Okay.
CGI mustache.
Yeah, and
In the
the
first scene of the film.
like that. Oh my god.
Right? I
It's
still
like
don't
it's
know
like Superman just went to the dentist to take out the wisdom tooth, but it's on the top. It's like his
Uh-huh.
lip is just like that. Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, why was my camera focused?
Albert did that. So yeah, I was
Oh.
like,
Anyway, but yeah,
so yeah, Justice League disappointing, and then Wonder Woman's
I mean,
actually pretty good.
this one is Matt Reeves and it has a good cast.
What did Matt Reeves even make, huh?
Planet of the Apes.
There's no apes in Batman.
God damn it.
Groot maybe.
Kelvin done ranting so I can see something or not? If
No.
not, then keep ranting.
Ariq,
Keep ranting
Ariq,
and
say-
keep ranting and make the
Is
show
the
2
bat
hours.
going to? Is the,
Say something. Say something, Ariq.
It's gonna be
I want to. Yes, Ariq, say something.
Well, honestly, to be honest, I don't really care much for the what do you call it, the casting, but like, if they can make it work, that's good on them. If it turns out good, yes, that's good on them. If it turns out bad, well, it's just another disappointment, really.
Yeah.
I don't have hopes for them, but I do hope they do well. Get what I mean?
Is
I don't
this
have- I don't
Batman
have high
a part of
expectations.
DCU?
No, people have no idea.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's not.
Not confirmed.
You have no idea. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, it's gonna be a clusterfuck of a movie.
But
I'll
yeah,
just set my expectation to the lowest maximum setting.
So that
So-
way you can get so that it's entertaining if you actually watch it.
Yeah. So even if it's that bad, I'll still be like, oh, it's better than I expected. That's how I'm gonna
There's
watch the movie.
Yeah, there's a reason to say that. You just give
Before-
it the reason. To
before
say
I
that.
throw it to Teguh, the rumors for Harvey Dent casting is Daniel Kaluuya, Dan Stevens, Sterling K. Brown. There's even rumors of Rebecca Ferguson, which is interesting because if they
I
wanted
have
to
no
solve Harvey
idea
Dent.
who those are.
That's
Daniel Kaluuya
interesting.
is from Get Out and Black Panther. Sterling K. Brown is from also in Black Panther. He's also in that TV show. I forgot what the title of the show is. Teguh is probably sleeping right now. I'm sorry, go. Rebecca Ferguson is from Mission Impossible and the new Doctor Sleep film.
I
But
don't know
yeah,
any of them.
Dan Stevens is from Legion and Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, all right. Teguh, any thoughts? Or are you snoring?
My thoughts are I am obeying Kelvin's advice.
Yeah. Wait, here. I do
Kelvin
have to
says use
say-
sunglasses, so
I do have to say, I
so I
will
can't
be
see anything.
excited for the Batman movie if Vanessa Kirby is in the movie.
She's not gonna be. She was considered for Catwoman, but not.
Oh,
anymore.
oh really? She
God
was
damn it,
considered-
Zoe
oh.
Kravitz. Okay, now I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay. The thing is, for me, I was never really a big DC guy, so I'm probably as excited as I ever will be, which is not that excited.
Vanessa Kirby as Catwoman can be kind of like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman.
Who?
Oh,
And-
I just realized.
By the way-
Zoe
The Dark
Kravitz
Knight
is that one
Catwoman.
person.
By the way,
The one
Yeah,
with
no,
long
who-
legs, slim body.
No,
Vanessa
who did you
Kirby?
say you want? Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby.
Mission
She's
Impossible.
the one from Speed Super Combo.
Mission
Furious,
Impossible and
is it?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah,
But yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Her. Okay.
Yeah, right?
But yeah,
Right?
Zoe,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, Zoe
See?
Kravitz is a pretty good actress as well. She got the sexuality to
She
play.
played in Divergent. I don't have any respect for
I-
anyone in Divergent.
She's also
I agree with Ariq. I have no single
agree with
ounce
Ariq.
of respect in anyone from the Divergent series.
Divergent.
You know who was also
Yeah.
considered, which I thought would be good, was Asa Gonzalez was considered for Catwoman, but she does.
Who's there again?
Asa, Baby Driver, Hobbs and Shaw,
Oh, right.
Asa Gonzalez.
Yeah.
She's pretty awesome.
She's too Latino to play
Well,
Catwoman.
what's wrong with Catwoman saying essay like that? Are you doing here, huh?
Hey, Gringo Batman!
No, it's happened.
Oh,
Holy
loco, loco.
Hey, Gringo Batman! Where's the map at? Show me the map.
Shouldn't have
That's not
brought that up.
I mean, if you want Latina woman, just cast Lele Pons. That's even better.
Her whole dialogue is, do you know I'm Latino?
And she just keeps on shouting and gets hit by a fucking
Alright,
car or
so-
something. I don't know.
What the hell?
All right then, we good.
The Albert. I
Huh?
think
I do
we've
not
taken the nonsense part to its fullest potential. Maybe we'll surpass that soon enough.
Oh no, Kelvin,
Fine.
Kelvin. We have not met our nonsense.
Oh, we have
potential.
not. One day
Ah,
we'll
yeah.
have an episode which is dedicated to nonsense, and I wonder
Only nonsense.
that will probably be pretty fun. But I wondered how that goes.
Oh, that's what we should call it. Nonsensical November.
No,
Nonsensical November.
Everything on November just makes no sense
No
at all.
sense.
Just like random stuff.
Dude, this whole
October, nonsensical November.
Dude, every month should have a theme. Nonsensical November.
We have Spooktober.
Nonsensical November.
So we have nonsensical November. Right?
Yeah, every
Yes,
month
I
we have a
come up with
theme.
these ideas.
Sure.
Ariq, you're a genius. You have to think of the
Albert
themes,
is
guys.
Albert is like leaning back, like, oh no, this is going to cause absolute chaos. Albert is like, oh
Albert,
god.
all I can say is yes.
The councilman has spoken. Okay,
Yes.
no, yeah,
No, not
the
yet.
three of us,
Sure.
have
Sure.
spoken.
Sure. Why
Wait,
not? We'll try it.
wait.
We'll
The
try it.
Actually, I kind of don't want to because I expect Albert to be like, oh, Rick, it's your idea. You have to lead this. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want
Yes.
to. Albert, it's your idea. Okay, you took that idea from
No,
me.
we
so it's yours.
will hypnotize Albert to make him think this is his idea.
Yeah. Like, this is Albert's idea. Even though I said it, it's Albert's idea.
This is Albert's idea. Right?
Thank
This
you
is
for the
Albert's idea, right?
wonderful idea.
Yeah, Albert. Thank you for the wonderful idea.
Yes.
I
Thank you
Yeah.
for
Thank you so
nonsensical
much, Albert.
November.
I quite love movies. This is Albert's idea.
No, it's not my idea.
Albert's depressed. It's
All he can say is
morning.
no.
I don't
All
know.
he can say is no.
Albert just
I
woke
don't know
up
what
and he's
to
like,
do.
I have to deal this. I have to
I don't
deal
know
with
what to
this
do
shit.
anymore.
Albert,
Imagine
Albert,
waking up early and then he's like, oh, I have to deal with this bullshit.
in our defense, you're like really awake now, aren't you? After all this stuff, you're not sleepy anymore.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
I haven't eaten dinner. I'm hungry.
Nonsensical no sounds bad. I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, we're
Yes.
doing it.
Yes.
Nonsensical
Yes.
November.
I love you too.
The Fred has
The
spoken.
friend has spoken.
The Fred has spoken, and we'll see you next time on Nonsensical.
So,
We're
yeah.
not ending yet.
So yeah.
Alright,
Since
so
it's just the start
mention it
of
in the live
November,
chat.
so yeah, we have like the whole month to do nonsensical November. So yeah, with that, let's wrap it up with our plugs.
Plug
Yay!
it.
It's time to plug it. Is it up or out? Oh, in.
In.
In. Oh,
Then you said it.
it's plug it in. Yay! Okay. Teguh, you go.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
I'm so done.
Just go. Just say it.
Let's go.
You can find me on Instagram at tg23399 and at Steam as deep fried tofu, and I believe that is
Remember to comment his Instagram. Sheeps are good. Yes.
yes,
Spam
please.
that comment.
Albert.
Spam those comments.
And if your conscience isn't clear because you disagree that sheeps are good, at least say ducks are good, because that you can't disagree on.
He likes ducks
Yep.
now.
Shit,
Albert is
Stop
deep
that.
fried tofu.
I know, I
Depp.
just-
fried
It's not
tofu.
Depp.
realized-
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
When I
Wait,
did it, I just realized.
Go change it to Johnny Depp inside a deep fryer.
Deep fried tofu.
That fried tofu. That's yeah.
Alright.
Albert Albert writes this before the stuff, so you can just click on it. But what are the chances if we actually change our thing without Albert knowing?
I can change it right now.
Oh, okay.
No, but we didn't tell you. We don't tell you until like you show it.
That's what I did for deep fried tofu.
True.
I was like, oh, I changed my Instagram.
Oh yeah. So I
Anyway,
guess
yeah.
it's
Albert.
Ariq, you go.
Oh,
You go,
I'm
Rick.
plugging first. Okay. So you guys can
Yeah, plug
find
it
me
in, man.
at Ariq. I am plugging. There, Instagram, at Ariq Andria or Steam at the Bluesmith. Throwback to episode 5. It's 5. I checked. It's 5.
Correct. Yes, it is 5.
It's
It is 5.
5.
Yes, good
It's
job.
5. I checked. It's 5.
Yeah, I think Avik is obligated to sing Throwback to episode 5 every day, every episode. Every episode.
TM. It's trademark.
Trademark. No,
I'll make a new T-shirt. Throwback to episode 5.
yeah, we have a merch. Throwback to episode 5.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new merch soon. What a bother.
Throwback to episode 5. Hmm?
Yeah. No context.
No context. So I guess I'll plug. You guys can find me on Instagram at kyace27. And then I have a stream stuff. I have on Mixer. I have on Mixer and dude, no, Albert. No, you got it. You have wrong.
What?
The Monkey Zero isn't. I don't actually know. Is it 007 or 027?
Yo.
At
I
this
think
point, I'm
Mixer
actually
is-
confused.
I think on Mixer it's 27. Yeah, Mixer is 27.
Yeah, it's Disco Monkey 02. No. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Yes,
zero.
I followed you. I would know. I'm the only
No,
follower.
it's Disco Monkey 007. Wait, let me change it to
Oh, I've been
007.
following the wrong Disco Monkey.
There's more than one.
Here. Okay. I officially change it to Disco Monkey 027 on
There you
Mixer.
go.
now.
Fine,
Yeah.
I'll combine about 0027. There you go. You happy?
What?
What?
So
Yeah,
Right,
so
so
it's
yeah,
Disco Monkey 027 on Mixer KYAs on Instagram. And yes, as is written on the screen, I've given up on my YouTube dream as Disco Monkey after 5 weeks on YouTube. However, I will, maybe if I feel like it, I will record and stream. Then I'll post what I stream on YouTube. But that will be like a 2 hours or like a 3 hours kind of video. So I don't know. Maybe some of you crazy enough will watch it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I might appear in Kelvin's what is it stream?
yeah. Either as a voice, mostly as a voice. It's like Jarvis but Ariq. Stuff like
Jarvis,
that.
but
Jarvis but Ariq. Yes.
So yeah, now Albert, do your plug, man.
All right. So check out
Mukbang.
check out the Councilmen show. If you have not subscribe to us on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Castbox, wherever you listen. We're available everywhere. You can also follow us at social media at Councilmen Show on Twitter and Instagram. And our podcast itself is called The Councilmen, but our social media is called Councilmen Show in case there is some confusion right there. But yeah, go check us there and comment on everything and subscribe, leave a review, and we'll shout you out in the next episode. And that is for Councilmen. And for myself, you can check out my YouTube channel. If you're watching it right now, feel free to subscribe down below. It's Jaw Movies, JAW Movies, one word. And I also, for my social media, is Wiradharma, JAWIRADHARMA. That is for Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, you can check me out all there to follow all my endeavors on the socials.
Oh, do you? Nonsensical November.
Yeah, that's the new intro. That's the new intro.
Kelvin is
Or outro.
That'll be the new intro, yeah. So yeah, with that, the Councilmen has spoken.
See you on the next nonsensical November.